Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to the Black Hearts Bay. Today I'm gonna go over a talent build and a strategy guide for this hero right here. One of my absolute favorite ones. Also the hero that I have with the most creepy skin by far. It's going to be none other than Gazlowe. In this video I'm gonna go over the abilities, I'm gonna go over strategies and gameplay and the way you should likely be approaching this hero if you enjoy playing him. Now Gazlowe is interesting for the simple reason that he is very stationary in a lot of fights. And in competitive level, you really don't see him too much, except for every now and then on the Sky Temple. But he's really... yeah. He's really uncommon, at the very least at the competitive level. But he can be extremely powerful. One of my favorite heroes personally, and I've actually enjoyed playing him ever since he... Ever since I got access to Heroes of the Storm in the alpha. The first talent we're gonna be going for is gonna be extra TNT, which will increase the strength of our E ability. Now what I want to do is actually have a look at each tier of talents, while obviously playing this game, to make sure that, you know, we discuss the reasoning behind certain talent picks. So what is this hero all about? First off, let's have a look at that. A lot of people play this guy as if he is... Well, we gotta watch out here actually, wow. A lot of people play this guy as if he is a pure, like, siege damage dealer, you know? Like, basically a guy that focuses a lot on doing the siege damage to the opponents. And, well, that's basically it. I would probably disagree with that for the most part. There are obviously builds that allow this guy to be one of the absolute most powerful ones when it comes to siege damage. But I don't really like playing it. I'm going to be focused mainly on the team aspect. And I'm just going to be laning early on. Now, one thing you may have noticed already is that I put down these turret sort of things, right? You may have seen those little things right there. Basically, what they do is when someone gets in range of that big circle, it will start shooting at them. I'm a little worried here, but I think I'm okay. But basically, you can see right there, Tyrael right there is taking a little bit of damage. And that's actually basically my signature ability. I'm focusing on that one a lot because it does a lot of damage. And as long as I'm standing on top of these turrets, I can put down multiple. As long as I'm in the middle between those two, if an enemy decides to jump me, both of those turrets will start attacking it. And the damage of it is insane. A lot of people actually underestimate it pretty poorly. Now I'm gonna go towards the middle lane. But that's my bread and butter ability. Gotta be a little careful here. Oh, come on. Get him. Alright, there we go. I think my turret actually got the last hit right there. All good. Gotta go back to watch this lane right here. But that's my bread and butter ability, those turrets. And obviously, you can imagine, like at the competitive level, people really won't stand in range of those things. And if you can drag the engagements out of the turrets, it's pretty reasonable to just, you know, run around Gazlowe. Anyways, next talent we're gonna be going for, actually we have a couple of different options here. We can go for superiority, you see that every now and then. We can go for reduce, reuse, recycle. Some people even go for promote, that is pretty popular in like the American scene in Heroes. But we're gonna go for reduce, reuse, recycle, because it will give us more scrap metal, and what that exactly is I'll go over in a second. My second ability that I have is this one right here. Basically it boosts up, and I can deactivate it at any time, whenever I want to. And what happens is that it does a lot of damage to AoE targets. Now, at first, that line is kind of slim, but it, like, very quickly broadens up a lot and, you know, it does a lot of damage. Now, the E ability is basically a bomb that stuns people. And what I use that for is, you know, basically to get rid of big creep waves, but also, you know, if someone gets caught in it, it does a heck of a lot of damage. And the stun is obviously huge. So you can see it right there. The first talent we picked actually allowed us to upgrade that as well. So, if you have a quick look at that, the extra TNT, basically, the more enemies that are caught in that circle, the more damage the actual ability does. Now, what is this scrap metal thing that you're talking about, or that I'm talking about? Basically, what it's all about, I'm a little worried for... No, Tiger's over there, so we're good. Basically, what that is all about, he's actually attacking it, is these little screw things that you will see lying on the ground every now and then. Now, I gotta be careful. Whoops. It's these screw things that you see lying on the ground. I can also, for example, get rid of this guy right here and it will drop one of those screws. Now, basically what happens is I get a bunch of mana back for it. And the talent that we went for right there, the reduce, reuse, recycle, basically makes it so that I have more scrap metal available. And therefore, I will be able to, you know, make more use of the abilities that I have. You know, and just spam the turrets more often. Now, next talent we're going for right here is either Engine Clock or Rocket Turret XL. I would usually determine this by the kind of hero that we're playing against. So we're sort of playing against a lot of range guys right here, at which point I would rather go for the Rocket Turret XL, because the range on the turrets is now going to be Or actually, no, it can actually attack multiple targets. The range is going to be not for a little while. Oh god, Lowko. Oh! Get out of there. Get out of there. No, no. Oh my god. That was silly by me. I actually saw that they were over there. And still I went up there. Don't really know what I was doing. But usually if you are up against like someone that... Or like a team that has a lot of melee assassins. Such as like a Illidan or... You know what I'm talking about. Like Illidan, Thrall, whatever. It may be a lot more useful to go for the engine gun. Because basically that one allows you to slow down the enemy heroes. So I would definitely... determine what talent you're going for, depending on the enemies that you're playing against. Now, I do want to try and save my allies here. Really unfortunate. Oh, he actually made it. Wow. Whew. So right here, I'm super powerful. This deals a lot of damage to them. And a lot of people, at the very least, when they're not used to playing against Gazlowe, underestimate this sincerely. Like, it's a massive amount of damage that this can deal. Now, I do want to start grouping up with my team if possible. We are lacking a healer, by the way, which is not ideal. But anyway, I'll be heading to the top lane. But that's a basic idea about this hero. You want to try and be stationary if possible. You can deal a lot of siege damage, but I would not recommend playing it. So here, the turret will do a lot of damage. Like, that bomb will do a lot. And very shortly, it will actually start one-shotting these guys as well, if there's like a big group like that. So you can see, like, siege damage-wise, you can easily top the meters right there. You can see it right here as well. But gotta be careful. Okay, basically putting... that's one thing as well. Like, about these turrets, you want to try and put them in the path that you're expecting the enemies to walk into. So right there, I expected the... I expected Vala to basically try and get over here and get back towards the towers right there. So I put down the turret right around there. That is sort of what you want to try and focus on. Obviously, you can also put them in range of the towers, which helps out a lot as well. And, you know, this damage is insane. One important thing to note as well that's oftentimes underused, I feel like. Next time we're going to go for is Grav-O-Bomb. We'll go over why in a second. But the next thing to realize as well is that the basic attack damage of Gazlowe is insane. Like, I deal a lot of damage. Well, I don't really want to use my ult here. Just don't, Vala. Just don't. But the basic attack damage is insane. Gotta go towards the middle part of the map. Now, for the talent options that we have, since we are focused on team fighting, the Robo-Goblin really not the good option. It basically allows us to be a little bit more powerful, at least until like level 20. Against like... Alright, hold on. Oh my god. The combo right there. That's what we will talk about in a second. But it basically allows you to do more damage against mercenaries and whatnot, and we really don't care about that too much. Alright, I guess I'll... Oh, you actually got plenty. Alright, so that's the combo right there. You may have noticed it real quick. The second heroic ability that we got is going to be the Grav-O-Bomb 3000. It's a massive bomb that you throw on the floor, and once it explodes, it actually comes inwards and everything that's caught in that radius. It's sort of like Condemn from... Oh god, Lowko, what the heck are you doing here? What the heck was I even thinking here? I was looking at the camera. It's sort of like Condemn from Johanna, but basically like pulls everything towards you. That's the exact same way with Grav-O-Bomb right there. A really good combination that you can try and use is use your E ability followed up by the R ability. So basically you throw your E in a group of enemy heroes and then you follow it up with a lot of... I'm gonna go towards the bottom lane right here, I think. No, actually I'll go to the top lane. But you can follow up the E ability with the R ability, and by the time the actual bomb explodes, this one will trigger as well, and 99% of the time people will not be able to get out of there. So it's very, very cool. A lot of cool things you can do with it. And in the meantime, you can also put down these turrets to make it even stronger, and you can even load up the W ability if you, you know, really do have that extra amount of time. Now, gotta be a little careful here. Don't know exactly where they're located, but they just took the watchtower, so they're here somewhere. Alright, fair enough. But yeah, your basic goal when playing Gazlowe is to not make these little mistakes that I made just now, but also to try and have them, you know, attack, or have your turrets attack as often as you possibly can. So right now I once again have the E and the R ready to go. I know that Gazlowe is in the bottom lane right now, so if he isn't paying attention, I will go and catch him off guard. Okay, next talent we're gonna go for actually is gonna be the turret storage. Alright, so here we go. Oh, didn't actually catch him right there. He actually caught me though. We got Gazlowed. We got Gazlowed right there, 2 and 2. A little unfortunate. I tried catching him, but he was actually still mounted. Little mistake right there on my end. Should have been a little bit more patient. The cooldown on the ability is very, very long, by the way. You gotta be waiting for that. Now, I'm honestly not playing perfect right here, but I'm hoping you actually get the idea, obviously, on how to approach playing this guy. Because honestly, he's really, really fun. The thing about him, though, is that he takes... Like, there's so many things about him, and there's so many different playstyles for him, that it's just very difficult to play. You don't have any escape mechanisms. I mean, you either, like, try and kill someone straight up, or you will likely not be able to get out of there at all. Now, one thing this guy is also great at, as a lot of you will likely be aware, is creep camps. A lot of people play this guy purely for his creep camp abilities, and while I would not recommend doing that, he is still great at taking out these mercenaries so quickly. Obviously, you can see the damage right here of these turrets. It's insane. Like, they will just nuke down these enemies so fast. And that makes him good on pretty much every map. I mean, you can always make use of it. Alright. Let's actually start focusing a little harder right here, because 2 out of the 3 deaths that I made today were absolutely unnecessary here. I should be careful here. I don't want to poke in. Illidan, you're a lot more mobile than I am. Jaina doesn't give a fuck. Okay. Try and kill these guys. The condemn ability obviously huge in combination with Gazlowe. Alright, so they did just manage to turn in. Gonna be running right here. Gotta be careful that I don't get caught off guard here. They're likely here somewhere, but... Alright. So they did manage to turn in the balloons once more. Gonna run to the bottom part of the map here. Gotta try and catch him. Next time we're gonna go for is going to be the long-range turrets. We'll go over the talent selection in a second. Alright, so once again, a combination right here. Okay, got him. Basically, the long-range turrets allow my turrets to have a much longer range. I believe it's increased by 40%, which is huge. Other option would be the quick release charge, which will give you a second bomb. But generally speaking, as long as you save at least one of the bombs, you should be okay. The mana cost of the bombs is quite high anyway, and if you're gonna be upgrading it at both 13 and 7, we may as well go for the extra range at 16. But yeah, quick release charge, also a very, very solid option. In the previous talent tier, I haven't really talked about that. You can also be going for Burning Rage if you find yourself in the middle of the battle a lot, which you generally shouldn't be. So the turret storage generally gonna be a better option. And Sprint is also an option at level 13. At level 16 though, I would definitely be going for the long range turrets in most situations, unless you've already maybe decided to go for one of the other talents as discussed earlier. For example, at level 7 you may have gone for like the engine, or not the engine, like actually the first aid or something like that, but generally speaking it's better to go for the extra range right here, just because it allows you to be, you know, so much more useful in team fights. Sadly. Oh. Alright, well, I'll use my ult here. Gotta be careful. Sadly, I do end up falling right there. Did manage to get a lot of damage off, but... Ooh! And that's sort of the one thing you have to expect when playing Illidan, or when not playing Illidan. When playing Gazlowe, you're likely gonna be going down a couple of times at the very least. Like, this combination right here is very difficult to stop, but you're always gonna be in the middle of things when those sort of situations happen. And since you don't have a particularly big health pool, and you don't have a particularly, like, good way to get out of trouble, usually you're expected to like at least die once or twice. 4 times is a little unnecessary, but yeah. Siege damage wise, you can easily be topping the damage meters. Hero damage wise, you can be topping the damage meters. I've been having that a couple of times when you have an enemy team that is mainly focused on melee heroes. But even then, it's pretty tough to make use. So don't be expecting that you're gonna be topping those meters all the damn time. But either way, this hero is great on maps like the Sky Temple, obviously, where you can literally take a temple with ease. Like, you don't have to worry about it at all. It's like the same thing as taking a mercenary camp, you know? Takes no problem whatsoever. I can even solo the boss right now at top, if I really wanted to. No, I don't really want to, but it is an option. Just grabbing a bunch of extra doubloons right here. Group up, please, guys. That'd be good. That'd be good. Stay S5. Alright, here we go. So Johanna obviously will be able to get out of there because, hey, she's Johanna. Gotta be careful here. So basically I want to try and be a little bit on the back of the of the group, I suppose. But I do want to still be in range, obviously. My melee damage is a lot. So, you know, that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, we are silenced right now, but it's a preemptive wailing arrow. Okay, using my ult here. Whoa! No, 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 no! Whew! Almost got exploded there. Alright, all good. Gotta go towards this thing right here. Is there actually anyone killing it? No, there is someone killing it. Who is that? Who is there alive from them? Oh, Vala. Ooh, I can definitely not take Vala with this amount of health. Alright. I'll just be heading back then. I thought we actually killed the entire team right there. But the damage we did right there was pretty enormous. For the most part, though, we just sort of dispositioned everyone and made sure that they were out, like that they were not dealing the damage that they would usually be dealing. And if you manage to like catch 1 or 2 people with the bomb and the Xplodium Charge, like I didn't even know that was called Xplodium Charge. That's pretty cool. But like the Grav-O-Bomb and the Xplodium Charge, you can deal a ridiculous amount of damage. I'm gonna be turning in right here. Actually, no, you don't need to. Alright. Stay together. There we go. Being positive to the team. Highly recommend you do that as often as possible. 25 seconds remaining, by the way, on my heroic. So I want to try and, you know, make use of it if I can. Next talent we're going for is the miniature black hole. Hardened shield technically an option, but I would not recommend it. Miniature black hole makes my damage higher. Once again, we're silenced, by the way. But it's great. Oh, gotta watch out. Gazlowe is actually boosting up right there. Okay, I don't think I need to use my ult here. Well, I'll use it right there. Whoop! Here's the damage, boys! It's pretty crazy. It's pretty insane. The miniature black hole basically makes the radius bigger and it makes the damage bigger, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, increases damage by 25 and the damage by 50%, so it's an enormous amount of damage that you can deal at that point. And with Johanna leading the charge, I think this is going to be a game right here. So even though I didn't showcase you the best gameplay ever, we did manage to still at least somewhat dominate what was going on here. Want to make sure I don't go down, obviously. But that was very solid approach after the initial, you know, 2 deaths running into Vala and just randomly going down to like at the very beginning of the game. But yeah, very fun hero to play. If you enjoy this kind of play style, I would highly recommend giving Gazlowe a try. He's crazy amounts of fun. He's just very difficult to master for the simple reason that, you know, he's just not easy to play. I mean, you don't have very many ways to get out of trouble. Now, one thing that I am actually asking you guys right now, I am currently, you guys can't see it because I'm sitting on top of it, but I'm currently at 19,000 gold. And I'm contemplating getting this mount right here. I want to let you guys know. Or let me know in the comment section if you would like me to get it. But I currently have 90,050 gold. And the piggy mount is 20,000 gold. I don't know if I should get it or if I should save it for two hero skins. But yeah, I actually still have the play 8 games one right here as well. So it's pretty solid. But anyway, let me know down below in the comment section of the video if you should be getting the piggy mount. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if you've really enjoyed it and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile. And I'll see you in the next video.